स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साधवैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सागना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामिने गौरतुषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So welcome to today's discussion on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So we'll continue where we left last time. So last time we completed the discussion on the the Angas of Bhakti. We were discussing the Shravana, limb of Shravana. Okay, 43. Then we discussed 44th limb, Tat Kripa Ikshanam, expecting the Lord's mercy. So in that very famous shloka yesterday we discussed Tatyanukampa Susamikshamaano Bhunjana Evatma Kritam Vipakam Hridavag Vapurbhir Vidadhan Namaste Jivet Yomukti Pade Sadai Bhak. So this we discussed, and we discussed how the suffering or the happiness in the life of devotees is personally given by Krishna to bring the devotee near himself. And then we saw also Srila Prabhupada's purport, and Prabhupada very nicely told that devotee who is perfect, who is not perfectly freed from the resultant actions, should therefore continue to act in Krishna consciousness seriously, even though there may be so many impediments. When such impediments arise, he should simply think of Krishna and expect his mercy. That is the only solace. Okay, and then he concluded, if the devotee passes his days in that spirit, it is certain that he is going to be promoted to the abode of the Lord. Okay, that we discussed yesterday. Today we are discussing the next Smriti. Next limb, Smriti. Okay, so we'll continue from the 45th limb. Smriti, remembrance. Yatha katham chinmanasa sambandha smritiruchyate. Yeah. Yes, Arun Pro, would you like to read? Okay, Kishore Madhav, yeah, you can read.
Somehow or the other, connecting the mind to the Lord is called remembrance.
Yeah. So, Srila Rupa Goswami is describing the limb of the anga of remembrance, basically Smriti. So, somehow or other, connecting the mind, chin, manasa, okay, that he is saying, to the Lord is called remembrance. Okay, sambandha, to whom? To the Lord. Okay, connecting to the Lord. Hmm. So, somehow or other, yatha katham, whatever way possible. So for different devotees, there may be different ways they may try to connect with the Lord or remember the Lord. So any one of them can be considered as remembrance or smriti. So he is quoting from Padma Puran. Prayane cha parayane cha yannamas smaratam ninam sadyo nashyati paugho namastasmai chidatmane.
I offer my respects to the omniscient Lord. Remembrance of his name while living or dying immediately destroys heaps of sins committed by men.
Yeah. So what is the effect of hearing the Lord's name is told here that one immediately destroys. Sadhyo means immediately. Nashyati destroys what? Ninam papa ogha. The heaps of sin, mountains of sins are destroyed just by remembering the Lord. Correct. So ओम अपवित्र पवित्रो वः सर्वावस्थागतोऽपि वः यः स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्ष सः बाह्य अभ्यन्तरः शुचिः. Correct. So he is purified within and without, like that. Now next limb, anga of bhakti, dhyanam, meditation. Dhyanam रूप गुण क्रीड़ा स्वादेह सुष्ठु चिंतनम. Yes, Praji.
Meditation means to contemplate with absorption on the Lord's form, qualities, pastime, and service.
Yeah. So very very specific definition here. It's told meditation. What is the meaning? Dhyanam. What is the meaning? To contemplate with absorption. Sushtu chintanam. Not just to think, but with absorption. On the Lord's form, rupa, qualities, guna, pastimes, krida, and service. Swadeh. Sorry, seva. Yeah, that's seva. Ade means etc. Okay, service, etc. In whatever way, he can completely absorb on the Lord's form, qualities, pastimes, and service. That is called meditation. So first is mentioned about the Rupa Dhyanam, meditation on the form of the Lord. Bhagavad Charana Dvandva Dhyanam Niravdvandva Iritam Papino Api Prasangena Vihitam Suhitam Param.
Meditation on the 2 feet of the Lord is considered the means of attaining freedom from the dualities of this world. Even a sinner who casually meditates attains the highest benefit. Srila Purana.
Yeah, so what are the benefits of meditation on the form of the Lord is told here. So meditation on 2 feet. So it's referring to the Rupa or the form of the Lord is considered the means of attaining freedom from the dualities of the world. So basically, it's saying that one can go out of the material world. Either he will go to Golok Vrindavan, Vaikuntha, or liberation, Brahman, wherever. So meditation on 2 feet of the Lord can bring that. Even a sinner who casually meditates attains the highest benefit. What is the highest benefit here? It's Suhitam Param. So what is the highest benefit as per one's faith? Okay, as per one's faith, he will attain that benefit. So one may have faith in spiritual world, then he will attain the spiritual world. One has faith in the Brahman, he'll attain Brahman, like that. But highest benefit, moksha or moksha will be guaranteed, like that. Second is guna dhyanam, qualities. Meditation on qualities. Ye kurvanti sada bhaktya gunanushar smaranam hare prakshina kalau. Okay, 1 minute. Kalos kalusah oghaste. प्रक्षीणा कलुष औघस्ते प्रविशन्ति हरे padam. Yes, brother.
Those who constantly meditate on the qualities of the Lord with devotion, having destroyed all contaminations, enter the abode of Lord. Gadman.
Yeah, so this is about guna dhyanam, qualities of the Lord. Constantly meditate. Ye kuruvanti sada. Constantly. Sada, what they are doing, kurvanti means to do. What they are doing, Hare gunas anusmaranam. Always remembering the qualities, guna of the Lord Hari. How? With what? consciousness bhaktya with devotion. So prakshina kala kalushaha oghaste. Oghash means again the mountain of sins and contaminations having been destroyed. Prakshina, chin means to become weak or destroyed. So destroyed all contaminations, they enter the abode of the Lord. So this is glories of guna dhyanam. Yeah. Now krida dhyanam, pastimes, presentation of the pastimes. सर्वमाधुर्य साराणि सर्वाद्भुतमायनि च ध्यानन् हरेश्च चरित्राणि ललितानि विमुच्यते.
He who meditates on the most sweet, most astonishing, charming pastimes of the Lord attains liberation. Padma Purana.
Yeah, so again the Padma Puran is quoted to show how the glories of the Supreme Lord's pastimes are. What are the benefits of meditating on that? So one attains liberation. Hmm. One meditates on the charming pastimes of the Lord. Seva Dhyanam, meditation on the service. Manaseno upacharena परिचर्या हरिं सदा परे वान् मनसा गम्यं तं साक्षात् प्रतिपेदिरे. Yeah, please read.
Yeah. Constantly serving the Lord with items produced in the mind, some devotees have directly attained the Lord, who is not approachable for others by words or mind. Some unspecified Purana.
Yeah, so this is constantly serving the Lord in the mind. Okay, with items produced in the mind. Okay, so just like we hear the Pratishtanpur Brahmana story that he was cooking the sweet rice in the mind. The story will come later. So and then he wanted to check whether it is very hot or it's offerable or not. He inserted his finger and then his finger was burnt just by doing meditation in the mind. Actually he received the results in the physical body. And we have many other examples of many acharyas like even Shamanand Pandit. In his meditation he got from Shrimati Radharani one tilaka, and when he came in the physical body in this world also there was a tilaka on his forehead. So we can see how the meditation which is there can actually relate to the physical body in this world. Okay, so that's what he said here, constantly serving the Lord with the items produced in the mind. Some devotees, those who are advanced devotees, they can do this, have directly attained the Lord who is not approachable by words and mind. Yeah. Yes, please.
There is a story related in the Brahmana Vaivasvit Purana. There once lived a Brahmana in the city of Pratisthana. Though he was poor, he was peaceful considering that he was reaping his karma. Being of a sincere mind, one time he heard about Vaishnava practices in an assembly of Brahmanas. Hearing that these processes could bring perfection just by engaging the mind, the impoverished man began to practice this. Finishing his daily rituals after taking bath in the Godavari, becoming peaceful in mind, he would sit down in a solitary place and perform the preliminaries of worship such as pranayama. Becoming steady in mind, he would mentally establish the deity form of his dear Lord. Mentally putting on a fine cloth, he would offer the Lord his respect, full of his cloth, and begin cleaning the Lord's temple. Offering respects again, he would then bring water in the gold and silver pots from all the tirthas headed by Ganga and other various materials for serving the Lord. After bathing the Lord, he would perform Aratrika and offer items befitting a king to the deity in his mind. After completing that worship, he would experience great happiness which would last the whole day. After practicing for some time in this way, once prepared in his mind some milk rice, sprinkled with ghee and put it in a gold pot for the Lord to eat. In doing this, his two thumbs happened to enter the preparation that was bubbling from the heat. Realizing what had happened, he explained how unfortunate this offering has been spoiled. With sorrow, he rejected the offering. His samadhi then broke and he felt great pain because of his burned thumb. Understanding this, the Lord seated in Vaikuntha laughed. Lakshmi and others asked him the cause of his laughter. Then the Lord brought him in an airplane to by side and showed Lakshmi his burnt thumbs. He then fixed the Brahmana permanently by his side because of his qualifications.
Yeah, so this is a story, very famous story. that how meditation on the service of the Lord can bear actual results. And this Brahmana actually went back to Godhead in this very body. Yeah, very life. Yeah. 47th theme, Dasyam, acting as a servant. Dasyam karmarpanam tasya kainkaryam api sarvatha. Okay, somebody else can read. Yamuna Vilas bro.
Yes, Praji. Dasyam is defined as offering the results of prescribed duties, dasyam karmarpanam, and acting as a menial servant of the Lord. Tasya kain karanam api sarvata.
Hmm. Yeah. So Dasyam is defined as offering the results of prescribed duty. Dasyam karma arpanam and acting as a menial servant of the Lord. Tasya kainkaryam. Tasya means of the Lord. Tasya kainkaryam api sarvatha at all the times. Like that. Okay, so one is offering one's own prescribed duties and acting as a menial servant of the Lord.
Offering the results of prescribed varnashram actions, karmarpanam, is considered by some to be dasyam. However, Rupa Goswami's opinion is that only kainkaryam, acting as the menial servant of the Lord, is considered dasyam. One should identify oneself as the servant of the Lord.
Yeah, so here offering the results, first one, karma arpanam, is described, is considered some to be dashyam. Jiva Goswami is saying in the commentary. Okay, however, Rupa Goswami's opinion is that only kainkaryam, acting as menial servant of the Lord, is considered dasyam. So one should identify oneself as a servant of the Lord. Okay. So dasyam, which is kainkaryam, acting as a servant of Lord, acting as a menial servant, that is being described from Naradi Puran. Iha yasya harerdasya कर्मणा मनसा गिरा निखिलस्व अपि अवस्थासु जीवन मुक्तः स उच्यते. Yes, is it?
He who has the desire to serve the Lord, Yasya Harer Dasya Iha, with actions, mind, and words, Karmana Manasa Gira, in this world, Nikilashva Api Avastasu, is called liberated Jiva in all circumstances. Jivan Mukta Sa Uchyate, Naradiya Puran.
Yeah, so one who has desire to serve the Lord. So what is that denoted by? That is Kainkaryam. Correct. With the actions, mind and words. Okay. Karma, manasa and gira. Okay. Gira is words. In this world. Okay. Is called a liberated jiva in all circumstances. So one who has been able to serve the Lord is considered already liberated. Yeah.
The author indicates his own opinion with a glorification of this type of dasyam. Iha dasya hare, iha dasya here means having the desire for servitude. One should have the desire, I am your servant.
Hmm. So according to Rupa Goswami, as he told, Dasyam is what Kainkaryam, that means acting as a servant. So this verse is quoted in that understanding. And Iha Dasya means having the desire for servitude. Yeah. I am your servant. That is his consciousness. 48. Sakhyam, friendship. Vishwasho mitra vrittischa sakhyam dvividham iritam. Yeah, please read.
There are two types of sakyam dvividam iritam, trust and being friendly. Vishwaso mitra vritischa.
Yeah. Vishwasa, that is trust, and mitra vrittihi means being friendly. These are the two types of sakhyam.
The first type is the opinion of others, and the second is the opinion of the author. Mitra here means friendship in general, rather than the Sakya Sthai Bhava that appears only in Bhava and Prema. Such a tendency is described in the Bhagavatam.
Yeah, so he is quoting from Bhagavatam. Aho bhagyam nanda gopa vrajokasam yan mitram paramanandam purnam brahma sanatanam.
How greatly fortunate are Nanda Maharaj, the coward men, and all the other inhabitants of Rajabhumi. Aho bhagyam, Nanda Gopa Vrajau Kasham. There is no limit to their good fortune, because the absolute truth, the source of transcendental bliss, Paramanandam, the eternal supreme Brahman, Purnam Brahma, has become their friend, Mitra, Yan Mitram, Srimad Bhagavatam 10:14-32. To identify with such a position of friendship is called Sakyam.
Hmm. So that friendship, which is mentioned here in Bhagavatam, is among the Gopas of Krishna. So that is being glorified by Brahmaji in 10:14:32, Lord Brahma's prayers. So to identify with such a position of friendship is called Sakhyam. Yeah. The first of that is the first part, trust of the friendship, that is told it from Mahabharata. प्रतिज्ञा तव गोविन्द न मे भक्तः प्रणश्यति इति संश्रित्य प्राणान् संधारयामि अहम्.
O Govinda, remembering again and again your promise that your devotee will never perish, I maintain my life.
Yeah. So this shloka actually is told by Mother Draupadi. Uh, so she is saying that you have promised that your devotee will never perish. So I maintain my life because of that promise only, that you will protect whenever there is difficulty. So that is the context of this from Mahabharata. Okay, and then second one is Mitra Vritti. So that one was for trust, that we have trust on the Lord that He will protect. Second is friendship, being friendly. So this Mitra is not the Sakhyaras as he was clarifying earlier. Yes, Paricharya Parah Kechit ते प्रसादेषु च शेरते मनुष्यम इव तं द्रष्टुम व्यवहारहर्तुं च बन्धुवत्.
A person who is dedicated to serving the Lord, Kechit Paricharya Para, and out of friendship sees and treats him as a human. Manushyam iva tam drashtum vyavahartum cha, lies down in the Lord's temple, prasadesu cha serate. Agastya Samhita.
Yeah, so he is quoting this friendliness. So a person who is dedicated to serving the Lord, he is dedicated to service. And out of friendship, friendship is also there along with service. He sees and treats him as a human. He doesn't he see him as Lord, or doesn't see him as the omnipotent, omniscient Lord. Okay, he lies down in the Lord's temple. Okay, so he is dealing not in Aishwarya Bhav, but in Madhurya Bhav. Madhurya Bhav means sweet exchanges. Okay, not Madhuryas. Madhurya Bhav means the sweet exchanges. Yeah. The another example for friendship, रागानुगा अनगातस्य स्याद् विधिमार्गा अनपेक्षवात् मार्गद्वयेन चैतेन साध्या सख्यरतिर्मता. Yeah, please read.
The last example should be classed as Raganuga Sadhana, Asya Raganuga Gatha Shad, because of disregard for Vaidhi Sadhana, Vidhi Marga Anapekshatvad. However, attraction for feelings of friendship, Sadhya Sakya Rati, is cultivated in both Raganuga Sadhana and Vaidhi Sadhana. Etena cha marga dvayena mata.
Yeah. So Rupa Goswami is composing a shloka to show the importance of this limb, that this example which was given as friendship is also should be classed as Raganuga sadhana. So basically he is following some personality who is there in Sakhyaras. Okay, he is situated like Sri Dama, Sudama, they are situated in Sakhyaras. So this person may be a follower of that person. That's why it's called Rag Anuga. He's follower of somebody who has the Rag. Okay, because of disregard for Vaidhi sadhana. So generally Vaidhi sadhana, as we discussed, there is a impetus for doing the bhakti on the basis of rules and regulations of the scriptures, whereas Ragano sadhana, the impetus is because of attraction to a Vrajvasi. Okay, so here the Vaidhi sadhana, generally they have awe and reverence for the Lord. Okay, and Raganu sadhana, they may not have awe and reverence, but they have the reciprocation in one of the four rasas. Okay, and generally Vaidya sadhana is only regarding the dasya ras. Okay, however, attraction for feelings of friendship is cultivated in both Raganuga sadhana and Vaidhi sadhana. So, because this is not about Sakhya Rasa specifically, this is just about Maitri. So, this feeling of friendship can be also cultivated in Vaidhi sadhana. And what was that friendship? That aspect which was mentioned earlier. That is dedication to serving. Okay, this is trust. Yeah, next. Yeah, so the dedication to serving will be there in both Vaidhi and sadhana. Yeah, next level, 49th is Atma Nivedanam, offering the self. मर्त्यो यदा त्यक्तसमस्तकर्मा निर्वेदतात्मा विचि विचिकीर्षितो मे तदामृता तदामृतत्वं प्रतिपद्यमानो मयात्मभू भूयाय च कल्पते वै. Okay, somebody else can read. Prasanna Gopal Bro.
Yes, sir. A person who gives up all prescribed activities and offers himself for entirely unto me becomes the object of my special desires. He achieves liberation from the birth and death and is promoted to the status of sharing my own opulences.
So, what is the benefit of offering oneself to the Lord is told here. He who gives up all prescribed activities, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, and offers himself Sharanam Vraja only to me, entirely to me. Okay, so becomes the object of my special desires. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshesami masuchan, like that. Hmm. He achieves liberation from birth and death and is promoted to the status of sharing my own opulences. So sarupya samipya sarishti, correct, sarishti. That is sharing the opulences of the Lord. He'll get liberation basically. Yeah. So here 50th line, Nija Priya Upaharanam, offering articles to the offering articles dear to oneself. Okay, so whatever one may have dear to oneself articles, he should offer it to Lord. That is the meaning. Yad yad ishtatamam loke yachati priyam atmanah tat tat nivedayan mahiyam tad anantyaya kalpate. Yeah.
Whatever is most desired by one within this material world, and whatever is most dear to oneself and also dear to me, one should offer that thing to me. Such an offering qualifies one for eternal life.
Hmm. Just like the Lord says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yume Bhaktya Prechati Tadam Bhakti Uparitam Ashnami Taprayatatmanaha. So that Lord has told, okay, this is dear to me. And as one studies more literatures and studies Bhagavatam and other literatures, he can understand what is dear to the Lord and his associates. So whatever is dear to Lord, like in Brahma Vimohan Lila, there we see Lord is eating curd, rice and pickle. So Lord used to keep curd rice in the left hand in the center, and then different kinds of pickles in between the fingers. So there will be mango pickle, there will be lemon pickle, there will be some other pickles. So he was fond of eating like that. So eating little curd rice and then taking a pickle. So that's described in 14th chapter of 10th canto. So one can understand by reading these pastimes what is dear to Lord, and he can offer those items to the Lord. Okay, so but point is here, if something which is dear to oneself, he should be ready to offer it to Lord. So that begins making a relationship with the Lord. Like when we want to please somebody, dadati prati grinati guhyam akhyati prichati bhunkte bhojayate cheva shadvidir priti lakshanam. When we want to show some affectionate dealings with somebody, then we offer food stuffs and we accept food stuffs. Correct. Similarly, with the Lord also we can do. Okay, such an offering qualifies one for eternal life. Basically, again, he'll get liberation or he will get residence in spiritual world like that. Yeah, Kishore Madhav.
Yes, true. And typically, when we offer bhoga or we decide what to offer bhoga, we generally tend to offer whatever we like actually. That is how the situation always is. But how we should know that what Lord likes, or whether the liking of Lord and ours are same? How do we know about it?
Yeah, so when in beginning we can offer what we like, and as we grow in bhakti, we can understand what Lord Lord likes, and that we can offer to him. So by reading the literatures, as we told Krishna book, Shrimad Bhagavatam, there it's already given what Lord likes. So by reading those pastimes and literatures, we can understand what he likes, and we can gradually start offering what he likes. And it's not wrong to offer what we like also. Okay, that is also good. That also we can do. But as we grow in bhakti, we will like to for offer, or it's very automatic. When we have more love towards some person, we like to offer what they like. Okay, like that. Okay, Praji. Tad arthe akhil cheshtitam, 51st limb. Making full efforts for the Lord. लौकिकी वैदिकी वापि या क्रिया क्रियते मुने हरिसेवानुकूलैव सा कार्या भक्तिम् इच्छता. Okay, somebody else can read. Who could not read till now? Arun Pro, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhu. O sage, Mune, among all the Vedic and routine actions that are performed, Laukiki Vediki Vapiya Kriya Kriyate, the person desiring Bhakti Michhata, should perform those which are favorable for service to the Lord. Sa Karya Hari Seva Anukul Eva.
Yeah, so Anukullena Anukullena Krishnanushilanam Bhaktir Uttama. So here he is quoting from Pancharatra. Tadarte Akhila Cheshtitam. So making full efforts for the Lord. Tadarte, for him, for his pleasure. What Akhila, complete, full, Cheshta, endeavors. All endeavors towards the Lord's pleasure. That is the meaning. So here he is saying among the Vedic and routine actions. So Laukiki is routine actions, Vediki is Vedic actions. Okay, those are performed. The person desiring bhakti michhata, those who have got bhakti shraddha, for them should what they should do? They should perform those which are favorable for the service to the Lord. Anukullena Krishnanushilanam, that which is pleasing to the Lord, that they should do. Sakarya Hari Seva Anukulayava. Yeah. 52nd. Sharanapattihi, accepting the Lord's protection. Tavasmiti vadan vacha तथैव मनसा विदन् तत्स्थानम् आश्रितस्तन्वा मोदते शरणागतः.
He who, while saying I am yours, Tava Smiti Vadan Vacha Tatheva Manasa Vidam, accepts the protection of the Lord. Tat Sana Mashritash Tanva, feel bliss, Modate Sharanagata.
Yeah. So he who, while saying I am yours, tava asmi iti yachate. Okay, tava asmi iti. He says tava asmi iti. You, I am yours. Like that. Tava asmi, I am yours. Okay, like that he says, accepts the protection of the Lord. Hmm. So he feels bliss. What is the result? He feels bliss. He is quoting from Hari Bhakti Vilas of Sanatan Goswami. Yeah. 53rd. Tadiyanam Sevanam, service to the things related to the Lord. Yadrishta Nikhilagha Sangasamni Sprishta Vapu. Okay, this is a different tune. Yadrishta Nikhilagha Sangasamni Sprishta Vapu Pavani Yoganam Abhivandita Nirasani Siktanta Tarashini Pratyasatti with okay, not this tune. Mm, okay, that
सत्यसत्यविदायिनी भगवत कृष्णस्य सम्प्रोपिता न्यस्ता तच्चरणैर्मुक्तिफलदा तस्य तुलसे नमः.
yes, thank you. Yeah, please read.
Seeing Tulsi destroys all sins. Ya drishta nikhilag Shamani. Touching her purifies the bodies. Prashta Vapu Pavani. Bowing to her
Hmm.
destroys all sufferings. Abhivandita Roga Nam Nirshani. Sprinkling her with water delivers one from death. Shikta Antaka Trashini. Planting her Sambropita bestows attachment of the mind to Lord Krishna. Bhagavata Krishnasya Pratyasati Vidyayini. Offering her to Krishna's lotus feet bestows special liberation in the form of prema. न्यास्ता तच्चरणे विमुक्ति फलदा. I offer my respects to Tulsi Tasya Tulsaye Nama.
Yeah. So this is the glories of serving Mother, this Tulsi Maharani, or service to things related to the Lord. Okay, few more examples may come. Okay, but here specifically this shloka from Skanda Puran, Rupa Goswami is quoting regarding the service to Tulsi. So many benefits are given. Seeing Tulsi destroys sin. Just like we say, Darshane Pavitra Kare, Yahi Tumar Gun for Vaishnavas. So the darshan of the Vaishnavas purifies us and makes us pure. Similarly, seeing Tulsi destroys all sins. Yadrishta, just by seeing whom, Nikhila, complete, Agha, Sanga Samani, Shamani is to destroy. Okay, so all the Agha, the sins are destroyed. And then that was first seeing. Second is touching. Touching her purifies the body. Sprishta Vapu Pavani. Third, bowing to her destroys all sufferings. Abhivandita, Roganam, Nirashani, all the diseases, okay, can be destroyed bowing down, Abhivandita. Or also it can mean Vandan means to pray or to recite prayers for her, like that. Sprinkling her with water delivers one from death. Fourth. Hmm. Fifth, planting her bestows attachment of the mind to Lord Krishna. Okay. Sixth, offering her to Krishna's lotus feet bestows a special liberation in the form of prema. So, prema, as we discussed, also one attains when one goes to a spiritual world, but it's a special liberation. Okay, why? Because there is a relationship with the Lord. It's not just liberation of the Brahman. Okay, it's a special liberation, prema. I offer my respects to Tulsi. So, these are the six activities when which are done with Tulsi. Six benefits are reaped. Hmm. And many of them we already do in the morning program. Seeing Tulsi, touching Tulsi, and watering Tulsi. Okay. And bowing down to Tulsi. Okay. And singing for her. Hmm. Praying to her. Yeah. And when we are offering flowers to the Lord, we can also offer Tulsi to the Lord's lotus feet. Okay. Obviously, we should offer only to Krishna and Vishnu Tattva. We should not offer to Srimati Radharani or other personalities like Srivas. Okay, like that. Yeah, and what is one more? Planting her. Yeah. So whenever we get the opportunity, we can plant tulsi plants. Yeah. So that bestows special. That bestows attachment of the mind to Lord Shri Krishna. A special benefit is there. Mm. Okay. So that was one tadya. One example was given tulsi. Okay. Shastrasya seva. Okay. Service to the scriptures. Okay. सर्ववेदान्तसारं हि श्रीभागवतम् इष्यते तद्रसामृततृप्तस्य नान्यत्र स्यादरतिः क्वचित्.
Srimad Bhagavatam is declared as the essence of all Vedanta philosophy. One who has felt satisfaction from its nectarian mellow, Tad Rasamrita Triptasya, will never be attracted to any other literature. Anna Anyatra Shad Rati Kvachit.
Hmm. So glorification of Srimad. Uh, there are two devices at your end. I'm hearing in my own voice. Yeah. So Sarva Vedanta Saram Hi. It is the Sar, essence of what? Sarva Vedanta, of the Vedanta. Who is that? Sri Bhagavatam. That is called Sri Bhagavatam. Tad rasa amrita, the nectar of rasa which is there in that, triptasya, one gets satiated or satisfied once, nanyatra, not anywhere, syat, happen, ratihi kochit. He will not happen to get rati in anywhere other object or any other literature, like that is said. Okay, so one who felt satisfaction from its nectarian mellow will never be attracted to any other literature. Okay, that is the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why in many of the Vaishnava songs, Srimad Bhagavatam is glorified. So the one Vaishnava song he says, Vichara Kariya Mane Bhakti Rasa Aswadane Madhyastha Shri Bhagavata Purana. So when I thought that Bhakti Rasa Aswadana is my goal. I want to cherish the rasa of bhakti. Madhyastha Shri Bhagavat Purana. So what comes to my mind is that I should focus on Srimad Bhagavatam and especially the 10th canto. It is said, Dasmasya Vishuddhyartham Navanam Iha Lakshanam Varnayante Mahatmana Srutena Arthena Anjasha. So it says that Dasamasya Vishuddhyartham Navanam Iha Lakshanam. All the 9 cantos are designed in such a way that it brings to the epitome of the 10th canto to all the readers. Okay, that is the purpose of the 9 cantos. The Samasya Vishuddhyartham Navanam Iha Lakshanam. All the 9 cantos are designed in that way. Okay, to bring to the position of 10th canto where one can relish that. Okay, that's why it's called the face of Lord Krishna in the Shrimad Bhagavatam, is 10th canto. So just like it's also told that like we have the different focus lights on the DT when we take darshan of the DT. So there are different focus lights. So the 10th canto is like the DT and other 9 cantos are like the focus lights. So each one is giving their light to the 10th canto to show and glorify different aspects of 10th canto and make us qualified to see the 10th canto. So the 9 cantos are like the focus lights on the DT and 10th canto itself is a DT. Okay, that is a comparison. Yeah. Next, 55th limb, Mathurayah, serving Mathura and other holy places. Mathuram cha prati parityajya yo anyatra kurte ratim mudho bhramati samsare mohita mama mayaya.
The fool,
If
Muda, who
somebody
gives
else
up
can read, yeah. Yeah. Mahesh bro.
Sorry, Guruji. The fool who gives the fool who gives up Mathura and develops attraction for some other place, one wanders in the material world birth after birth, bewildered by my Maya. Varaha Puran.
Yeah. So here specifically Lord is glorifying his Mathura Dham or Vrindavan Dham. So the fool who gives up Mathura and develops attraction for some other place that is not some other holy place but some other materialistic place basically. One can have attraction to some other holy place, no problem, like Jagannath Puri or Mayapur. Obviously Mayapur and Vrindavan are non-different, but any other holy place also, as per one's desired destination in spiritual world, one can have attraction to other holy place. So some other place, if it is he is getting attracted to material location, like maybe somebody is getting attracted to Lonavala or Uti, Manali, like that in the material world for material enjoyment, he will get what birth after birth. He will get to stay in material world, bewildered by my Maya, like that. Lord Krishna is saying in Vara. Lord is saying in Varapuran. Okay, continuing. Trailokyavarti tirthanam sevanad durlabha hi ya Paranandamayi Siddhi Mathura Sparshamatrataha. Yeah, please read.
The bliss at the stage of prema, which is rarely obtained, even by serving all the holy places in the three worlds, is available just by touching Mathura. Brahmanda
Yeah,
Puran.
so yes, thank you. So glories of Mathura Dham is mentioned here. The bliss at the stage of prema, which is the 9th stage, highest stage, is rarely obtained even by serving all the holy places in the three worlds. So that is the specific glory of Mathura Dham or Mayapur Dham. So that they can bestow the highest benediction of prema very easily just by touching like that. Vaishnavanam seva, service to the Vaishnavas. Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnor Aradhanam Sparam Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadiyanam Samarchanam.
Of all types of worship, worship of Vishnu is supreme. O Devi, worship of his devotees, however, is even superior to that. Padma Puran.
Yeah, so as we know, this mother Parvati is being told by Lord Shiva that of all the types of worship, Aradhana Nam Sarvesham, different types of Aradhanas. Okay, worship of Vishnu Aradhana is the supreme, Param. Among all the Vishnu Aradhana also, Tasmat, Parataram, what is higher than them, O Devi, what is higher is Tadiyanam. The people associated with the Lord, the devotees, okay, the devotees, Samarchanam, their worship is even greater than worship of Lord Vishnu. Yeah. Another verse he says, Yat sevaya bhagavatah kutasthasya madhudvishah ratiraso bhavit tivrah padeyorvaisanardanah.
By service to by service to the devotees, intense rasa of bhava bhakti to the Lord, who is fixed in the form in one form and destroys obstacles for the devotees, appears and destruction of material sufferings then takes place.
Yeah, so this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is from Vidura Maitreya Samvad. So there he is glorifying that by service to devotees. Yat sevaya, devotees, yat seva. Okay. Intense rasa of bhakti, bhava bhakti is arised. Okay. To the Lord who is fixed in one form. And first is what? Bhava bhakti will arise for the Lord. Second, it destroys the obstacles for the devotee. Like he may be having aparadot anartha or so many anarthas which may be present in one's path. That all anarthas are also destroyed by service to devotees. Okay, and destruction of material suffering. Third effect, that is avidya and papa, bijam, papam. All these things are destroyed. So all sufferings is destroyed. Yeah. Another shloka from first canto. Yesham samshrita संस्मरणात् पुंसां सद्यः शुध्यति वैगृहाः किं पुनर्दर्शनं स्पर्श पादशौचासनादिभिः.
Simply by our remembering you, our houses become instantly sanctified. And what to speak of seeing you, touching you, washing your holy feet, and offering you a seat in our home. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.19.
Yeah, so Parikshit Maharaj is speaking to Sukdev Goswami, who has just appeared on the scene, that just by remembering you and uh, our houses become instantly sanctified. And what to speak of seeing you, वो दर्शन पवित्र करे, यही तुम्हारे गुण, correct. It seeing you, touching you, and washing your holy feet, they are going to give even more benefits. Okay, Adi Puran, he is saying, ये मे भक्त जनः पार्थ न मे भक्ताश्च ते जनाः मद भक्तानां च ये भक्तास्ते मे भक्तात्मना भक्तत्म भक्ततमा मताः.
Those who claim to be my devotees are not my devotees. Those who are devotees of my devotees, I consider them to be my best devotees. Adi Puran.
Yeah. So again, Lord is himself saying that those who claim to be my devotees are actually not my devotees. Because those who are devotees of my devotees, I consider them my best of the devotees. Bhakta Tama. Like we have Uttama. Uttama means the highest order. So among the devotees also I consider them highest. Bhakta Tama. Mataha. Hmm. Okay. Yavanti Bhagavad Bhaktir Angani Kathi Taniha Prayastavanti Tad Bhakta Bhaktir Api Buddha Viduhu.
All the angas of bhakti described in relation to the Lord are also angas in relation to the devotees of the Lord. This is the conclusion of the wise.
Yeah, so all the angas of bhakti, 64 angas, described in relation to the Lord are also angas in relation to the devotees. Bhakterapi. So whatever was told for the Lord, okay, Archanam, worshipping the Lord, correct, offering prayers to the Lord, everything can be applied to the devotee. Just like we have morning Guru Puja for Srila Prabhupada. We worship the Lord, then we worship Prabhupada also. We offer prayers to the Lord, we offer prayers to Vaishnavas and past Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, correct, on their appearance, disappearance day, and otherwise also. So whatever Angas were described till now, everything, or like it was described friendship with the Lord. So we have Srimad Bhagavatam also. Guru Sohridah. So Brahmachari Gurukule Vasandanto Gururitam Acharan Dasvan Nicho Gurocha Sohridam. Correct. So friendship with the Guru. So all these things can be practiced with the devotees also. Okay. That is the conclusion of the wise. Yatha Vaibhav Mahotsavah 57th Lim. Observing festivals according to one's wealth. यः करोति महिपाल हरेर्गेहे महोत्सवं तस्यापि भवन्ति नित्यं हरिलोके महोत्सवः. Okay, somebody else can read. Madhav Harinam.
O king, he who performs a festival for the temple of the Lord experiences for eternity a festival in the planet of the Lord, Padma Purana.
Yeah. So the title is saying observing festival according to one's wealth. Okay. As per one's capacity, only one should give the donation or give the contribution for the Lord and observe the festival in that way only. Okay. Like one should not be taking money from somebody else and then doing festivals. That is not recommended. Taking a loan and then doing festival. Sometimes they do for marriages. They have to get a daughter or son married. Generally, daughter only. So they take some loan and then get the daughter married. So that is not the case here to be done with the festivals of the Lord. As per one's capacity, one should observe the festival, and Lord will be happy because one tried best as per one's capacity. Okay. So, O King, he who performs a festival for the temple of the Lord, Harir Gehe, the home of the Lord, that is temple, experiences for eternity. What is the benefit of giving such donation or such festival observance? Is festival in the planet of the Lord he will attain. Okay, he will get to attend that. Okay, so one who contributes or one who observes at his home, whatever, conducive. Yeah. 58th limb. Urja Daraha, observing Urja Vrata. यथा दामोदरो भक्त वत्सलो विदितो जनैः तस्यायं तादृशो मासः स्वल्पम् अपि उरुकारकः.
Just as men know that Damodara is affectionate to his devotee, the Damodar month is also affectionate to the devotee. Even a little service performed during that month yields great results. Padma Purana.
So this is the Urja Vratah, that is the observance of the month of Kartik Mas or Damodar month. Correct. So just as men know that Damodar is affectionate to his devotees. Okay, Damodar is very affectionate to Mother Yashoda and devotees. Okay, Damodar is Krishna in Vraja. The Damodar month is also affectionate to the devotees. Okay, why? Because even in that month there are so many festivals, obviously. Other thing is the result of that month is very great. Even a little service performed during that month yields great results. Okay, it can give great results. Yeah, yeah. Please read.
The month is affectionate just as Damodara is affectionate. Thus, a little service to Damodara becomes multiplied if performed during that month. Uru Karaka means a person, in this case the month, who accepts something very small and makes it big, like a person who feels extremely in debt and performs great action for another person.
Hmm. So very nice. Jiva Goswami is writing that month is affectionate just as Damodar is affectionate. Okay. Thus, a little service to Damodar becomes multiplied if performed during that month. Okay. So, Uru Karaka means a person. Okay. Here the reference is to the month, Damodar month. So, that is also a personality who accepts something very small and makes it very big. Uru Karaka. Like we have Uh, Urukrama. Okay, so very big step who has. Okay, three Vikrama, three steps was very big of Upendra. Correct. Vamandev. Similarly, Urukaraka, whose work is very big. Hmm. Like a person, and then who accepts something small and makes it big. Like a person who feels extremely indebted and performs great actions for another person. Yeah, please read.
Similarly, his month called Kartika month gives great benefit. It takes what is meager and makes it significant. So Alpam Urkarakaha means the month of Damodar is a future giver of huge results for a little service.
Hmm. So, in generally in Kali Yuga, our consciousness also is not very good, and the quantity and quality also what we offer is not good. So, this month actually gives a very great benefit for all the sadhakas. Hmm. Yeah, bhuktim muktim hariddadyat archito anyatra sevinam bhaktim tu na dadati eva yato vasyakari hareः sa tu anjasa harer bhakti labhyate kartike nareः mathurayam sakridapi sri damodara sevanat. Yeah, please read.
The Lord, being worshipped elsewhere, awards material enjoyment and liberation to worshippers. He does
Those
not give
worships.
bhakti to those worshippers. He does not give bhakti because bhakti controls the Lord. However, men can achieve bhakti to the Lord very easily by serving Damodara during Kartika mantra in Mathura just once.
Hmm. So this is glorification of the month of Damodar and service in the month of Damodar. Okay, so the Lord being worshipped elsewhere, not in Mathura, and he is saying that awards material enjoyment and liberation. Okay, bhukti and mukti, whoever desires those to those respective worshippers, Lord will give. Okay, but he does not give bhakti in the other places because bhakti controls the Lord. Yasho yato vashyakari hare. Bhaktim tu na dadati. Bhakti does not give. Why? Because yato yashvashyakari. Because Lord will be controlled by that. But it does not mean Lord doesn't want to give bhakti. Lord wants to be controlled, but like by Mother Yashoda or Shrimati Radharani. So he wants to be controlled. He wants to give it, but he is not giving it for those who don't worship him in the place of Mathura or in the month of Damodar. Okay. So, however, men can achieve bhakti to the Lord very easily. The same person, if he was worshipping the Lord for bhukti or mukti in some other place, like Kashi, Varanasi, if somebody it is said that he dies there, then he gets liberation at that place. Okay, but somebody if he wants devotion or prema, then he will get it very easily by serving Damodar during the Kartik month, just once at Mathura. So it's not that one has to be physically in Mathura, like Prabhupada said. Uh, one can be either physically if possible, or otherwise one should be there mentally. Okay, in his consciousness. Both are equally okay. Vrajloka Anusaratah. Later the verse will come. Rupa Goswami will tell. And Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti both will write in commentary that yeah, one should be there physically if possible. Otherwise, one should stay in Mathura or Vrindavan mentally. So, but observance of Damodar month should be there. Okay. Then what can happen is one can very easily attain the results of bhakti and Krishna prema also he can attain. That is what is told here. Okay. 59th. Shri Janmadin Yatra. Observing the appearance day of the Lord. Okay. So the day when Lord appears. Okay. Observance. Janmashtami like that. Yasmin dine prasuteyam devaki tvam janardana तद्दिनं ब्रूहि वैकुण्ठ कुर्मस्ते तत्र चोत्सवं तेन सम्यक् प्रपन्नानां प्रसादं कुरु केशवः. Yes, Prabhu.
O Janardana, Tell us the day that Devaki gave birth to you. O Vaikuntha, we will perform a festival on that day. O Kesava, may you be pleased with that festival performed by those who are completely surrendered to you.
Yeah, Bhavishyatara Puran. Okay, a devotee is praying that, oh Lord, tell us the day when Devaki gave birth to you. Prasuti. Prasuti means to give birth, or the day when the person is born. So yeah, so that lady Prasuti. So here is Devaki. She gave birth. Okay, so tell us that day, Janmashtami, when it is like that. Oh Vaikunthan, we will perform a festival on that day, or like Gaur Purnima, it's coming, Nityananda Trayodasi, any avatar of the Lord. Oh Keshava, may you be pleased with that festival performed. Just like any person is happy in the material world also when we do celebrate their birthday. So like that the Lord is most pleased when we celebrate his birthday. So by those who are completely surrendered to you. Okay. So we are trying to be your devotees. We want to celebrate your birthday like that. Yeah. Okay. So the next one is the five most potent limbs 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. The last five limbs. Any discussion things or any questions anybody has till now what we discussed?
So from exam point of view, remembering so much would be very difficult. How? Uh,
No, no, you don't have to remember everything. Okay. Basically, we are discussing ninth chapter of Srila Prabhupada's NOD currently. Okay, where Prabhupada described all this. You can read that. So in the syllabus, these shlokas will not be there. Sloka for memorization is given in your handbook. That will be only asked. Okay. Is it okay, Prabhuji?
yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Prabhuji, about
So
the
now,
shlokas for in the handbook, um, I think the numbers are given. Are the shlokas also given in the handbook?
Yeah, four
Because
shlokas are given, I think.
I think numbers are given, not shlokas.
yeah, so from where do we get the shloka? Because Nectar of Devotion that I have book doesn't have the shlokas.
Uh, I will
Or
check
could you just
and yeah, I will put it in the WhatsApp group, the photos of the shloka if that is needed. Okay, I will
thank you.
check.
Prabhuji, you said that currently we are reading chapter number 9 from Prabhupada's NOD, right?
Right. Yeah.
But when I checked, I think five potent forms of devotional service is 13th, and Mathura Vas and Tulsi Puja. This is all given in chapter number 12.
Hmm. Just a minute.
Actually, it's a miss. मतलब, I think some topics are in one chapter and the other are in other chapters like that.
Okay. Yeah. Today we covered actually. We
Hmm.
started with ninth chapter. Okay.
Okay.
And we
Okay.
covered 10, 11, 12.
12, 13.
Yeah, we covered all that. Ninth we started with.
Okay, right.
Yeah. And now we are going to do 13th chapter. Today we covered these three, four chapters. 9, 10,
Okay,
11, 12.
so we are
Yeah.
discussing in our class in a sequence. The chapters are given in Prabhupada's book, right, Prabhuji? Or are we going like
Yeah,
back
yeah.
and forth?
Prabhupada has taken the same sequence of Rupa Goswami from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So when we discuss Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Prabhupada's sequence is already covered. Same sequence is there.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Sequence is same. And Prabhupada, he has just not quoted the shlokas, but all the topics are same thing is there. What is there we read. So for us in the slide, what is extra is just the shloka. Translation and all Prabhupada has already given. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Same thing it is. Once devotees can go through, they will understand. Okay. Yeah, some sequences are different. Okay, like Janmadin that is mentioned before. Okay. but generally the sequence is same. Okay, any other thing? Okay, then we'll go to the next topic, the 5 most potent limbs. So these 5 limbs, actually they are considered like even a fraction of association of them can give Krishna Prem if one is free of offenses. Okay, and other limbs also obviously, but these are among the all limbs, these are the most potent. So the degree one is free of offenses, to that degree he can immediately come to Krishna Prem. Just like it is said, just by chanting one holy name, one can get liberation. Condition is that one should be free of offenses, like Ajamil. He was free of offenses. Or here the Brahmana, Pratishtanpur Brahmana, just by hearing the method of Vaishnava scriptures, he started doing meditation and he got the results. How? Because he was free of offenses. So results will come quickly to the degree we are free of offenses. And to the degree we are not getting results of chanting the holy name, like it is said, one who is not having offenses will immediately get tears in his eyes when he chants. Okay, but we are not getting that, means Prabhupada explained in that purport also, second canto, fourth chapter. Correct. That one, it is not coming because of offenses of the past. Okay. So one should not say, Prabhupada also says that how I have not done any offenses in this life. Okay, not in this life maybe, but in past life. Okay, one should understand like that. So these 5 limbs are very important. So what we are going to do is little elaborate discussion on that, and there are few things which are collected by Balram Shakti Prabhu from some other sources also, Bhagavatam, so that we can do a whole justice to the topic, these 5 potent limbs. Okay, so complete picture we will get what the limb means and how we can apply in our life. Okay, that's what we are going to discuss. So let's discuss with the first one. So Rupa Goswami has composed one shloka for each limb specifically to glorify them before discussing. So we will see what is his glorification of the last 5 items. So this is दुरूहा अद्भुत वीर्यस्मिन् श्रद्धा दूरे अस्तु पंचके यत्र स्वल्पो अपि संबंधः सद्धियां भाव जन्मने. Okay, somebody else can read who could not read till now. Aruna Mataji, you want to read?
Okay, Prabhuji. The last 5 items have inconceivable and astonishing power. What to speak of having faith in these items? If there is just a little relationship with these items, persons who are devoid of offenses can attain the level of bhava. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
Yeah, so as I told earlier, so person who is devoid of offenses. Okay, here the word is sadhyam, dhyam. Even though he may not have faith, asmin shraddha dure, faith, keep it aside, keep it far off. Even if the person doesn't have this, he has not gained sufficient sukriti, and then he has not got converted into shraddha, still that person can attain the highest astonishing results, even if he doesn't have faith, and given that he should not have offenses. These 2 conditions are there. Okay, first is faith need not be there. Second is offenses should be also absent. Faith is also not there and offense is also not there, then he can immediately attain the highest results of this. But generally in our life, the thing is that we have committed actually so many offenses. What is the proof that we are not able to get the tears in the eyes or other ecstatic symptom when we chant the holy name? That is the proof that we have done offenses in the past. So even though we have faith in Shuddha Bhakti, Anya Bilashita Shunyam, we are trying to practice, but still we are not getting the inconceivable, astonishing results. Okay, because of offenses. So these 5 items are glorified in that way that offenses are not there, and even though the person is faithless, he can get the level of bhava. Okay, which is a very rare thing. Sudurlabha. Hmm. First among all. So this is the 60, Anga number 60. Okay, Sri Murter Angri Sevane Preetihi, attachment to serving the lotus feet of the deity. So generally when we count the 5 most potent limbs, we may say deity worship, but it is not deity worship which is the limb. The limb is that came earlier. Okay, Archanam. That is not this limb. Archanam limb is separate. This limb is Sri Murtera Angri Sevane Preetihi. This is what is important. Attachment. With attachment, one is serving to the deity. Even other limbs we will see there are very particular adjectives which is used by Rupa Goswami. They are not just simply told Archanam was a separate limb. This is Angri Sevane Preeti, attachment to serving the lotus feet of the Lord. That is the limb here. Okay, let's see what it means. So the question is, okay, what is the need for deity worship? If chanting Hare Krishna is sufficient in itself for perfection, and especially in Kali Yuga, correct? Kali Yuga, it is said the best method of worship is Nam Sankirtan. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give. So deity worship may be most potent, but not always. Not. I don't think it is in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. Somebody may think like that. Okay. So if it was, Rupa Goswami would not have written it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not have described it to Sanatan Goswami by giving Sanatan Siksha. If the holy name is surely everything, but why deity worship is there? So first let us understand that. Yeah. Please read.
Adi Leela 7.76 Purport. To chant the holy name of the Lord, one need not depend upon other paraphernalia, for one can immediately get all the desired results of linking with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It may therefore be questioned why there is a necessity for initiation or further spiritual activities and devotional service for one who engages in the chanting of the holy names of the Lord.
So this is a very question we have. So why is there no anything else required if chanting is the whole thing? So Prabhupada is himself going to answer.
The answer is that although it is correct that one who fully engages in chanting the holy name need not depend upon the process of initiation. Generally, a devotee is addicted to many abominable material habits due to material contamination from his previous life. In order to get quick relief from all these contaminations, it is required that one engage in the worship of the Lord in the temple.
Yeah, so what is the answer Prabhupada is giving? That it is correct, what was stated previously, that one fully engages in chanting the holy name, he will not have to depend upon the process of Purashcharya, basically initiation, first initiation, second initiation, which is generally for the purpose of deity worship only, second initiation. Okay. Generally, a devotee is addicted to many abominable material habits, and it's not only for the westerners, because now we are also not easterns, we are also western only now, because we are following all their habits, not in ISKCON, means we have been earlier contaminated already, so we are no more easterners, we are westerner only now. So due to the materialistic contamination from the previous life, or the previous life means before coming to Krishna consciousness also is previous life only. Yeah. So in order to get quick relief from all the metal contaminations, it is required that one engages in the worship of the Lord in the temple. Yes. So let's see what Prabhupada says.
The worship of the deity in the temple is essential to reduce one's restlessness due to the contaminations of conditioned life. Thus, Narad, in his Pancharatrika Vidhi, and other great sages have sometimes stressed that since every conditioned soul has a bodily concept of life amid at sense enjoyment, aimed at sense enjoyment, to restrict this sense enjoyment, the rules and regulations for worshipping the deity in the temple are essential.
Yeah. So these limbs, which five limbs are there, we will read, and wherever necessary, I will try to explain. But mostly we will read. So try to keep your attention when we are just reading, okay? Because they are like quite long section, and we will have less time to explain. Yeah.
Srila Rupa Goswami has described that the holy name of the Lord can be chanted by liberated souls, but almost all the souls we have to initiate are conditioned. It is advised that one chant the holy name of the Lord without offenses and according to the regulative principles. Yet, due to their past bad habits, they violate these rules and regulations. Thus, the regulative principles for worship of the deity are also simultaneously essential.
Yeah. So deity worship is required to bring one to the certain level of purity from where holy name can pick him up, like that he is saying. Yeah. Deity worship is absolutely essential for the sadhakas, especially grihasthas. Okay. Yeah. Why? Let's read.
Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.23 to 24 purport. It is therefore recommended that initiated devotees follow the principles of Naraj Pancharatra by worshipping the deity in the temple. Especially for householder devotees who are opulent in material possessions, the path of deity worship is strongly recommended. An opulent householder devotee who does not engage his hard earned money in the service of the Lord is called a miser. One should not engage paid brahmanas to worship the deity. If one does not personally worship the deity but engages paid servants instead, he is considered lazy and his worship of the deity is called artificial. An opulent householder can collect luxurious paraphernalia for deity worship, and consequently, for householder devotees, the worship of the deity is compulsory.
Yeah. So he's saying it is compulsory. And as he told earlier, as per one's capacity, one should offer the items. Okay, one should not take loan and offer items to the Lord as per one's capacity. Yeah.
Grahastha devotees, however, are generally engaged in material activities, and therefore, if they do not take to deity worship, their falling down is positively assured. Deity worship means following the rules and regulations precisely that will keep one steady in devotional service. Grahastha devotees must adopt the Archana Vidhi or deity worship according to the suitable arrangements and directions given by the spiritual master. Regarding those unable to take to the deity worship in the temple, there is the following statement in the Agni Puran.
Yeah. So one should accept deity worship according to suitable arrangements. Okay. And directions given by spiritual master. So as per one's capacity, if he is able to do worship once in a week, do bhoga offering once in a day, or offer items to the new dress to the Lord once in a year, whatever one's standard one can set and try to follow that. Okay, as per the directions given by the spiritual master. Okay, and if he's unable to take to the deity worship, then what Agni Puran says?
Any householder devotee circumstantially unable to worship the deity must at least see the deity worship, and in this way he may achieve success also. The special purpose of deity worship is to keep oneself always pure and clean. Grahastha devotees should be actual examples of cleanliness.
Yeah. So here he is saying that if he is unable to worship the deity for some reason, then at least he should see the deity worship and he can also achieve success in that way. And Prabhupada actually wrote in many letters, I will show it later, that those who are staying near the temple don't have to install the deities at home. They should go to temple, attend the morning program, and their deity is the temple deity only. Okay, like that Prabhupada has already written. And only those who are staying far from temple, those who cannot go to temple every day, they should have deities installed at their home. That Prabhupada says. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
By chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can reach the platform of love of Godhead. One might ask, then what is the necessity of being initiated? The answer is that even though the chanting of the holy name is sufficient to enable one to progress in spiritual life to the standard of love of Godhead, one is nonetheless susceptible to contamination because of possessing a material body. Consequently, special stress is given to the Archana Vidhi. One should therefore regularly take advantage of both the Bhagavad process and the Pancharatrika process.
Yeah. So Bhagavad process is chanting. Okay. And Pancharitika Vidhi is the deity worship. Okay. Both processes one should inculcate in the spiritual life. Okay. Now, what are the Srila Jeev Goswami's comments on deity worship for the sadhakas, especially grihasthas, that we will see? Yeah. This is from Bhakti Sandarbha.
If the Grahasthas ignore this duty on the plea of having no money, their cheating activities will be a source of inauspiciousness for them. Just as watering the roots of a tree automatically nourishes its branches, twigs, and leaves, the householder's proper worship of the deity brings peace, prosperity, and health to the family. If this important duty is neglected, however, then householders can expect want, disease, and strife. Deity worship allows devotees to see their family, home, and wealth as the Lord's property. Then, As his servants, they simply offer back to the Lord whatever he has given them as their necessities.
Yeah, so deity worship, what it does, it allows or enables the devotee to see their family, home, wealth as a Lord's property rather than seeing one's own property. Because it may be due to our conditioned nature that many times we may feel that this family is mine, it's dependent on me, I'm the maintainer of the family, I'm a proprietor, whatever. So, and home and wealth also, one can think in that way. So, when we have the Lord at the home, so he is saying that it will be very easy to understand that these are all Lord's property. Lord is maintaining them, and I am just an instrument in the Lord's hand. Yeah. So now he is asking, okay, what is Shri Murtire Angri Sevane Preeti? Is it possible to perform such worship on the platform of Vedi Sadhana? Because it was told Preeti with attachment. So is it possible at the stage of Vedi Sadhana? Yeah. Shuddha Bhakti
The
Chintamani by His Holiness Shivaram Swami Maharaj, he says.
householders must worship the Lord according to their means and not with less. Devotees should love the Lord as if he were a friend or family member, and they should gaze on him with tears of love. Having given their hearts, should it be difficult for devotees to offer their bodies and possessions to the most worshipable deity? Since Radha and Krishna are the object of a spontaneous affection, devotees often inquire how Radha Krishna deities are to be worshipped on the path of regulative devotion. Devotees first worship Radha and Krishna with reverence, the mood of worship offered to the Lakshmi Narayan.
Yeah. So first, initially the worship may be in the reverence, in the mood of Lakshmi Narayan. Yeah.
As they advance, their mood becomes more spontaneous, although their external worship remains formal and regulated. The
Yeah.
deity worship
Spontaneous
is
means, yeah, just 1 minute. Spontaneous is not that they don't follow rules and regulations, but what it means is that their consciousness is more towards the Madhuri Bhav, means sweet exchanges, not Madhuri Rasa. Sweet exchanges, that is the form of Radha and Krishna, not Lakshmi Narayan. Okay. Yeah.
The deity worship in ISKCON is performed according to the rules of regulative devotion, technically known as Pancharatrika Vidhi. In regulative reverential worship, Radha and Krishna reciprocate in the mood of Lakshmi Narayan. Neophyte devotees who avoid the 64 offenses in deity worship are gradually purified and raised to what Srila Prabhupada calls the Vrindavan platform, the path of spontaneous devotion. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.24, 45 to 46. In this advanced stage, devotees worship Radha and Krishna with natural attraction, and their lordships reciprocate with them accordingly. Does this mean that as devotees advance to the spontaneous platform, the standard of deity worship in ISKCON should change? No, it should not change because there will always be neophyte devotees visiting or joining the temples, and deity worship should always be suitable for them. Otherwise, beginners will not be fixed in the essential principles of regulative devotion and may become sahajiyas. Advanced devotees need not change the external form of their worship. They need only change their mood of worship, which develops naturally without external adjustment. Thus, the worship of Radha and Krishna follows the regulated Panchratrika Vidhi. For devotees faithful to Srila Prabhupada's teachings, the mood of regulative worship gradually transforms into the spontaneous mood of Rag Marg, the Vrindavan platform. Yet, to the observer, both the neophyte and advanced devotee appears to be engaged in the same type of worship, the regulative worship characteristic of service to Lord Narayan.
Yeah. So now he is saying that deity worship, what are the benefits? It bestows the sadhakas the qualification to hear. Okay. Somebody else can read. Anuradha Mati.
Yes, Prabhu. In addition to purifying the heart, deity worship has two other important effects. It increases the devotee's interest to hear about the Lord. It bestows the ability to concentrate the mind, which increases the capacity to hear.
Yeah. So first is devotee's interest to hear. Okay, that is increased. Second is ability to concentrate. Okay, the distractions of the mind are reduced. Yeah.
Uh, Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani. Tending the deity naturally awakens awareness of Krishna's personality. As devotees become increasingly attached to the person they are worshipping, they want to know more about him. Subsequently, they want to hear about his pastimes and to learn how to serve him better. As they increase their service, their instinct taste for hearing and reading becomes purified and directed toward topics of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5 purpose. Srila Prabhupada also glorified deity worship as a means to fix the mind. This deity worship means to train the neophyte devotees how to concentrate upon the form of Krishna, especially his lotus face. Like Srimad Bhagavatam 1:15-28, Los Angeles, 1970.
Yeah, so he is saying that taste for hearing and reading becomes purified and directed towards topics of the Lord. That is first. And second, he is saying that deity worship, it what it does, it trains the neophyte how to concentrate, focus. There's 2 points were mentioned earlier, right? Same thing. Yeah.
By observing the Lord's form during Arati, thinking of him during the day, and tasting his remnant meals, devotees naturally remember him. This regular remembrance is a form of training that helps new devotees subdue and direct the restless mind. When they have achieved a certain measure of success, devotees find reading and hearing much more rewarding.
Yeah. So slowly as they advance by doing the deity worship, they can find the taste in reading and hearing.
We often see new devotees distracted or sleepy while listening to class or reading. Learning to fix the mind on the deity helps fix the mind on topics of Krishna. Thus, deity worship helps devotees stay alert and focused in other devotional acts. Through the medium of deity worship, the devotee's dormant attachment to Krishna is awakened. That attachment naturally increases their qualification for an interest in hearing topics of Krishna. In this way, they overcome the influence of the lower modes and advance happily in Krishna consciousness. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.
Yeah, but deity worship is not just for neophytes. Now, till now was discussed like okay, how one can get taste more for hearing and reading by deity worship, and how one can concentrate his mind more on the path of bhakti. So neophytes, it is more encouraged. But is it only for neophytes? That is the question. So Maharaj will answer.
And although deity worship is especially recommended for neophytes, Srila Prabhupada warns advanced devotees not to neglect it. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:29. Although they were fully realized souls, the associates of the Lord, such as Rupa Goswami and Gadadhar Pandita, worship their own deities with love and attention. While advanced devotees generally worship the Lord by the process of remembrance, smarana, they initiate many neophytes into serving the deity in the temple and show their disciples how to dedicate themselves to caring for him.
Yeah. So Smarana, it's a advanced stage when the mind is sufficiently purified, one can remember the Lord. So, but the advanced devotees may be able to do, but neophytes, they engage them into serving the deity so that their mind can be focused on Lord and they can also attain sufficient purification from where the holy name can take them ahead. Yeah, so active and personal deity worship is most potent. Yeah, so this is continued from Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani. Okay, somebody else can read. Kishore Madhaprabhu.
Going before the deities, chanting their names, and observing arti are certainly parts of the archana process. But devotees would do well to be more actively involved in the actual worship. By cooking for the deities, dressing them, and doing menial services such as washing the floor or making garlands, the devotees can stay conscious of the deity throughout the day and reminded of the standards that please.
Neglect of the deity worship leads to collapse of spiritual community.
When senior devotees remain aloof from the deity's welfare, the health of temple projects and the spiritual health of the devotees under their care is weakened. If leading devotees act as if they are aloof from the deity, their followers will emulate their behavior and also become indifferent to hearing and chanting about the Lord. It follows that if hearing and chanting are to remain the heartbeat of responsive devotional curriculum, and if devotees are to develop the proper qualification for these practices, then deity worship must be done perfectly.
Yeah. Mm. So when deity worship is properly managed, Prabhupada will say now in a letter that the deity manages the temple actually. And earlier it was told that if the leader of the society, if he is not engaging in deity worship or the devotee are not engaging in deity worship, then it can lead to collapse, a spiritual collapse of the community. But if deity is taken care, then how the temple will be managed, the deity will take care. Yeah, please read.
As GBC, you should see
Yeah,
the
yeah,
stand.
here.
Yeah, Srila Prabhupada letter to Hayagriva Prabhu. As GPC, you should see the standard is perfectly maintained and that deity worship is perfectly done. Then Krishna will give us all protection. Neglecting the principles means neglecting Krishna's order. So you are one of the chief men of this institution. Kindly maintain your behavior to the standard so that others will follow and the whole thing may go nicely. It was said about Lord Chaitanya, Apani Achari Prabhu, Jivere Sikhaya. That is, he personally used to practice himself the injunctions and then he used to teach others. That is our principle. Unless one is perfectly behaved person, he cannot teach others. My only request is that all the GPC members should be strictly to the standard of life and see that others are also following them. Then our centers will be well managed. Kindly do that and advise your co-workers to do that.
Yeah. So now coming to the Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Samriti Sindhu, what he is saying about Sri Murtir Angri Sevana Pritihi attachment to the serving the lotus feet of the deity. So till now we understood how deity worship is important for both neophytes as well as advanced devotees and how it will create a purification of the heart and concentration of the mind for the neophytes, and for advanced devotees their relationship with the Lord is cultivated by deity worship. Okay, this much is discussed, and also we discussed how it is important for the community to do deity worship. Okay, now Rupa Goswami is quoting from Adi Puran. Mama nama sada ग्राही मम सेवा प्रिय सदा भक्तिस्तस्मै प्रदायत्व प्रदातव्या न तो मुक्ति कदाचन. Yeah, please read.
I give bhakti and never liberation to the person who is always engaged in chanting my name and serving me as the goal in his life. Adipuram.
So, Mama Nama Sada Grahi, he is always taking my name. Mama Seva Priya Sada, and he is always affectionate to my service. Priya, Seva Priya. Okay, he is always eager for service. That's why it said one should not only be having lot of services, but also one should be having service attitude. So many times devotees in ISKCON are saying, Prabhuji, I am so much loaded with the service. But the question is, are we also equally loaded with service attitude? To the degree we have service attitude, that much only service should be given. Otherwise, service will become burden and it will have counter effect on the devotees. Okay. So here it said Seva Priyaha. One should also have the service attitude. Okay. Serving the Lord as the goal of his life. Mama Seva. So Lord, what he does in that case, he gives bhakti and never he gives liberation, because this devotee does not want liberation. If somebody wants liberation, Lord will give akamaha sarva kamova moksha kama udaradi. He will give tivrena bhakti yogena yayate purusham param. But this person wants bhakti, so he will give bhakti, Krishna prem. Yeah. So now Rupa Goswami is glorifying the last five items. So first among them is the power of serving the deity. How the service to deity leads to a very great result. So he is saying a very famous shloka. This Smeram Bhangi Traya Prachitam Sachi Trishna Drishtim Vamsi Neshtadhara Kishlayam Ujjwalam Chandrakena Govindakhyam Haritanumita Keshi Tirthopakanthe Ma Prekshitastav Yadi Sakhe Bandhu Sangya Stirangah. Yeah, please read.
O my friend, if you desire to enjoy with your friends and relatives, then do not look upon the form of the Lord called Govinda, wandering near Keshi Tirtha on the bank of Yamuna river. with a slight smile on his lips, forced with three bends in his body, eyes glancing everywhere in a crooked fashion, flute paste on his red lower lip like a tender bud, and shining gloriously with a peacock feather.
Yeah, so Rupa Goswami has composed this shloka for glorifying this form. So previous slide here, I think power of serving the deity. Lord's form is described here. How is the Lord's form? And he is saying this by negative statement. He is trying to say you should do this. Okay, if you desire to enjoy with your friends and relatives, then do not look upon the form of Lord Govinda. So he is saying don't look. But actually what he means is look at the form of Govinda. Okay, like that because he is so beautiful. Okay, and beauty is described by head. Okay, wandering near Keshi Tirtha on the bank of Yamuna river. Okay, where is he situated? He is situated near the Yamuna river. And what is he doing? He is having a slight smile on his lips. And what is his form? Posed with three bends. That's how the deities are ours, right? In his body. And eyes glancing everywhere in a crooked fashion. And what is he playing? He playing the flute on his red lower lips. Yeah. And like a tender bird, the lips are, and shining gloriously with a peacock feather on his head. That is the form of the Lord. Okay. So now the next limb, that is the 61st limb, is Bhagavat Artha Aswadaha. So this is not reading Bhagavatam. This is relishing Bhagavatam. This is the limb of Bhakti, 61. Okay. So Artha Aswada, what is Artha means? The meaning. Okay, or the purports, comments of the acharyas. Aswadaha, to relish them. Okay, that is the limb. So for this, he is quoting from Shrimad Bhagavatam, the glories of Shrimad Bhagavatam. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam sukhamukhadamrita drava samyutam pivat bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaah. Okay, somebody else can read. Nagni jiti Priyamati.
Yes, Prabhuji. O knowers of rasa, O fortunate souls, constantly drink from the mouth of Sukadeva, the Bhagavatam, the fruit of the trees of the Vedas, which has dropped from the tree to this earth, which is immortal liquid, which is the essence of sweetness, and which includes all types of liberation.
So this is the glories of Shrimad Bhagavatam. So Rasika, O knowers of rasa, O fortunate souls, constantly drink. Muhu pivata. Okay, always drink. What? Shrimad Bhagavatam. Okay, where is it coming from? It's coming from Sukhamukha, from the mouth of Sukadeva Goswami. Okay, and what is it? It's the fruit of the tree of the Vedas, Nigama Kalpa. Nigama is Vedas. Okay, Nigama is the Vedic mantras, Shruti, Smriti, Nigama. So they are Kalpataroha. Okay, Galitam Phalam. It is the highest fruit from that tree of the Vedas, and it is dropped from the tree to this earth. How? Because Galitam Phalam, it has completely ripened. Okay. And how is it? What is its nature? It is immortal liquid. Amrita Drava Samyutam. Completely made of the immortal liquid. And it is the essence of the sweetness and which includes all types of liberation. Rasam, it is essence of the sweetness, rasam, and alayam, and includes all the types of liberation. Yeah. So what is
General
general explanation of this verse? We will see. Yes.
Ajiv Goswami's commentary. O paths of the highest bliss, Bhavukaha, O men who appreciate the love of the Supreme Lord, Rasikaha, you situated on this earth, Bhuvi, please relish and internalize, Pibata, the fruit called the Bhagavatam, the very form of Rasa, Rasam Alayam, which has dropped down Galitam to this earth coming from the tree of the Vedas, which grows in Vaikunta and gives all types of fruits on its branches and twigs. Ah, you have attained that which cannot be easily attained. Aho.
Yeah. So Bhagavatam Rasam. Rasam part is described here. Yeah.
Bhagavatam also means that which belongs to Bhagwan as the proprietor. This implies that he alone gives the scripture to his devotees and thus persons other than them do not have rights to it.
So other than the devotees cannot relish it. Okay, they'll approach Bhagavatam for some materialistic purpose, but not for devotion.
The scripture called the Bhagavatam is indeed tasty or rasavat, but is designated by the word rasa to indicate that it is solely composed of rasa or sweet taste. It is sweetness alone and nothing else. Moreover, by the word Bhagavatam, that which is related to Bhagwan, the Lord, it is indicated that sweetness or rasa also belongs to the Lord.
So the rasa or the sweetness, it belongs to the Lord as well. Okay, and previously it was told, but is designated by the word rasa to indicate that it is solely composed of rasa, completely made up of sweet taste. So there is no seed, there is no external cover of this fruit. It's only made up of sweet taste. Yeah.
Since the Bhagavatam is the Tadiya of the Lord, dear object related to the Lord, Rasa also is the Tadiya of the Lord. Thus, the words Bhagavatam Rasam can also mean Rasa or sweetness related to the Lord. But Rasa indicates a relationship of pure affection for the Lord.
Yeah. So what does rasa indicate? It indicates a relationship. Which kind of relationship? Pure affection. Okay, for the Lord. So it's a higher stage.
This is understood from the statement of results described from reading the Bhagavatam. Simply by giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, Yasman Vai
Yes, sir.
Sriyamanyam,
You just
the
read the
feeling,
English. Yeah.
the feeling for loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sprouts up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness.
Yeah. So what is the effect of giving oral reception to Srimad Bhagavatam? Is that shoka moha bhaya apaha. The fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness will be extinguished. So that was about rasam of the Bhagavatam. Now the word rasika is explained here.
The word rasa is also employed in the Shruti to indicate directly Bhagavan, since he is composed completely of rasa. The Shruti says, Raso vai saha, he is rasa.
Yeah.
Taittiriya Upanishad 2.7.1.
So word rasa, what does it indicate? To indicate that Bhagavan, since he is composed completely of rasa, it's said in Shrutis, then
This
yeah,
rasa is also the highest objective. Rasam he evayam labhya vanadi bhavati. Attaining that rasa Bhagavan, the jiva becomes blissful. And thus the word rasikaha used in this verse indicates that realization of this rasa belongs to those persons who have become accomplished in rasa only through long impressions in past and present lives, since one has to realize the Lord to realize rasa.
yeah. So this realization of rasa belongs to those who have become accomplished in rasa only through long impressions. Means so many past lives they have attained association of sadhus who already were rasik, who already had attained that sthai bhav of particular rasa. So they have associated with those sadhus. So they have also attained. Yeah. Now what is the meaning of the word nigam kalpataru?
Nigama refers to the Veda. The Veda is a desire tree because it naturally gives fruit in the form of various purusharthas, human goals, artha karma, artha dharma, kama, and moksha, which are desired by those who resort to it.
Yeah, so in general, Vedas give these four results: Artha, Dharma, Kama, and Moksha. Yeah. However,
However, because of its nature as a tree, being magnanimous, fulfilling everyone's desires, it also gives the fruit known as Bhagavatam, since some people desire that.
yeah, so those who are actually understood the Vedas, the highest fruit is Shrimad Bhagavatam. Those who are Rasikas, those who have attained the association of sadhus, who understand that rasa is the highest thing, those people also desire apart from Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, what they desire is the rasa. You know what is the meaning of this word? Galitam Phalam.
The word galitam, fallen down and also liquid and dripping, indicates the extremely ripened state of a fruit, and concerning scriptures, it indicates its very relishable nature as well as its success at bringing out the meaning of scriptures in the most skillful manner. The word rasam, juice, used in describing a fruit indicates that the fruit is totally without skin, seed, or other defects.
Yeah, so it's completely made up of just rasa. So there is no other parts in this fruit, okay, which are defective. Mhm. And previously it was said that word galitam means fallen down and also liquid and it's dripping. It indicates what extremely ripened state. Okay, it's highest mature stage of the tree, the last object of the fruit of the tree. That is the ripened state, completely ripened state of the tree's offering. Okay, the final offering of the tree, like that.
Concerning scriptures, it indicates that this scripture is without any inferior parts. Stating that the Bhagavatam is the superior fruit of the tree of the Vedas indicates that the Bhagavatam is the highest goal of human endeavor.
Yeah.
Galitam also means that it falls down of its own accord when ripened on the tree, not by force. Thus, it is completely full of sweetness. Even after falling from a high position in the tree, it does not break nor does it lose its sweetness.
Yeah, so Galita means that it falls down. How nobody plugged it, but on its own, because when the fruit is ripened, it actually automatically falls. Okay, nobody has to go and pluck it artificially. Automatically it falls. So not by force. Thus it's completely sweet. Okay, so even after falling, it does not break. That is the nature of Shrimad Bhagavatam.
That is because it comes down from the highest position from Narayana to the branch of Brahma, then to the lower branch of Narada, then to Vyas, and finally to the mouth of Shuka. Thus, without being injured, it is endowed with liquid sweetness like honey.
Yeah, so it does not actually fall. So he is explaining that how it comes in parampara. So when it comes in parampara, parampara means the word literally means one after another. So one after another, the person is handing over this fruit of Shrimad Bhagavatam to respective followers. So then it is handed over to us. Now the phrase Shukha Mukhad is explained.
Though the completely sweet fruit is excellent by its nature, in order to convey its supreme position, another excellence is then described. In describing the fruit, an analogy is given. Because of living in the tree, the parrot astonishingly develops a very sweet mouth. The fruit touched by that parrot's sweet mouth becomes additionally sweet. In the same way, the descriptions of the Lord, touched by the mouth of highly elevated devotees, become even sweeter.
Yeah, so as it comes down in parampara, it becomes more and more sweeter. Okay. So Sukadeva Goswami and then the Suta Goswami and then the followers of the parampara, it becomes sweeter and sweeter. Yeah.
Then, how much more sweet the Bhagavatam will become when it emanates from the mouth of Sukadeva, the great king of all the greatest devotees. Having attained the culmination of the highest taste, naturally a person can have no satisfaction in anything else. Moreover, it remains unbroken, coming down step by step from the branch of Sutta and others. What is implied here is that without the Guru Parampara, one cannot drink Bhagavatam in its unbroken form just by trying to taste it through use of one's limited intelligence.
Yeah, so one cannot just on his own, just like a coconut is there, so one cannot just drink it. Uh, but one needs uh, the pipe to drink the contents of the coconut. Or one wants to eat the white pulp, then he needs the spoon. So without that instrument or without the parampara, one cannot actually taste the fruit itself. Okay. Alayam. What is the meaning of the word alayam?
Therefore,
Okay,
drink
maybe
this.
somebody else can read. Yeah. Yamuna Vilas too. We want to read.
Yes, Prabhuji. Therefore, Therefore, drink this, since this sweet fruit includes even the bliss of liberation within it. A means including, and Laya means liberation. Later, Sukhdev will say, okay, Parinishtito api nairgunya uttama shloka lilaya grihita cheta rajarse akhyanam yad aditavan. O king, though I was fixed in Brahman and beyond the gunas, my mind became attracted to the pastimes of the Lord. I thus learned about these pastimes. Srimad
So
Bhagavatam
this is
219.
Sukdev Goswami saying that even though I was fixed in Brahman, Parinishthitah, but I was attracted to this. Just like four Kumaras, they upon smelling the tulsi from the lotus feet of the Lord Vishnu, they were attracted. Okay. So in the same way, Sukdev Goswami was attracted. Yeah.
By mentioning liberation, which is eternal and inexhaustible, it is thus indicated that the taste intrinsic to the Bhagavatam will not diminish either with the passage of time or by an increase in the number of people who relish it.
Yeah. So it is indicated that the taste will not diminish in time. Yeah. And in the increase in the number of readers.
Alternatively, there is another meaning of alayam. Thus, alayam can mean leading up to prema and including the stage of complete prema. This is because in the Bhagavatam there are two types of rasa. Though both are filled with affection to the Lord, that which is useful for leading up to the topmost taste, and that which is fully developed in taste for the Lord. Thus it is said in the 12th canto, Kata imaste katita maisham vitaya lokeshu yasha pareyusham Vijnana Vairagya Vivakshaya Vibho Vacho Vibhutir Natu Paramarthyam. O mighty Parikshit, I have related to you the narrations of all these great devotees who attained the Lord, who spread their fame throughout the world, with a desire to speak about their renunciation and their realization of the Lord. I have not spoken to show the power of words, but to give you the highest spiritual knowledge. Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.14.
Yeah. So Sukdev Goswami is telling to Maharaj Parikshit that what is the in the 12th canto. So what I have told you with a desire to speak about their renunciation, their realization. So this I have not spoken just to show the power of the words, but to give you the highest spiritual knowledge, that is Krishna Prem. Yeah.
Yatuttama shloka gunanuvada sangit yate abhikshanam amangala gna tameva nityam shrunyad abhikshanam krishna malam bhaktim abhipshamana. The person who desires pure bhakti to Krishna should hear the narrations of the Lord's glorious qualities, the constant chanting of which destroys everything inauspicious. Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.15. Verse 15 illustrates the first type of rasa, that which is useful for leading up to the topmost taste. And verse 14 illustrates the second type, that which is fully developed.
Yeah. Now the next phrase, Amrita Drava. Yeah.
The verse having described that Bhagavatam has the general nature of rasa, then indicates the more particular nature of that rasa with the word Amritam. Amrita refers to the sweetness or rasa of the Lord's pastime.
Yeah, so first it was told Rasam Alayam, Rasa is mentioned. Then that particular nature of that Rasa is what? It's a nectarian Rasa. Okay. Yeah.
In the 12th canto, this speciality of Bhagavatam is mentioned. Adi Madhya Vashaneshu Vairagyakana Samyutam Hari Leela Katavrata Mritanandita Satsuram. From the beginning to end, the Srimad Bhagavatam is full of narrations that encourage renunciation of material life, as well as nectarian accounts of Lord Hari's transcendental pastimes, which give ecstasy to the Atma Ramas who relish nectar. Srimad Bhagavatam 12.13.11. Furthermore,
Yeah.
Furthermore, one should equate the real sweetness of Bhagavatam with Krishna's pastime, as indicated in the following quotation.
So Rasa should be equated to Leela. Yeah.
संसार सिंधुम अतिदुस्तरम उत्तितिर्षोर नान्यप्लवो भागवता पुरुषोत्तमस्य लीला कथा रस निसेवनम अंतरेण पुंसो भवेत विविध दुःख दवरादितस्य. For a person who is suffering in the fire of countless miseries and who desires to cross the insurmountable ocean of material existence, there is no suitable boat except that of cultivating devotion to the transcendental taste for the narrations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's pastimes. Srimad Bhagavatam 12:4-14. 40. However, by using the word drava, liquid juice essence, with Amrita, the Bhagavatam is described as having the very essence of sweet pastimes. This should be explained as follows.
Pibata. Okay. So previously told that it's not only Amrita, but it is Drava Amrita. Amrita Drava Samyutam. Okay, that means it is having the essence, very essence of sweet pastimes, like the 10th canto. Okay, so this should be explained as follows. Pibata. Yeah.
There are two types of experiencer of that rasa. Those who are taught about rasa, they are ordered to drink the nectar of Bhagavatam, and those who are natural experiencers, being participants in the pastimes of the Lord. Those who are participants in the pastimes experience the rasa of the pastimes and realize directly the essence of the rasa because they are participating in those very pastimes.
Yeah, so two types of experiences are there. First is who are taught about this, they are neophytes. And second one is those who are actually naturally experiencing. So they are higher.
Those who are taught about rasa experience, those who are taught about rasa experience rasa only to some degree because of being outside the pastimes. This being so, they should then drink here that essence of rasa, the pastimes filled with the experience of direct participants, identifying those experiences with their own realization of rasa. That will have effect because the rasa of Bhagavatam flows like a stream, Galitam, from the mouth of Sukadeva, as if he is a direct experiencer, because he is similarly identified with the experiences of the direct participants in the pastimes. In this way, the highest state of rasa in devotion to the Lord is expressed in the words of this verse. This is also stated elsewhere. Sarva Vedanta Saram hi Shri Bhagavatam Ishyate Tat Rasamrita Triptasya Nanyatra Shat Rati Kvachit. Srimad Bhagavatam is declared to be the essence of all Vedanta philosophy. One who has felt satisfaction from its nectarian mellow will never be attracted to any other literature. Srimad Bhagavatam 12:13-15.
Yeah. So now Bhavuka, that phrase is explained. Yeah.
To indicate this, the word bhavuka is explained as rasa vishesha bhavana chatura. Those skillful at experiencing the most excellent rasa in the commentary of Sridhar Swami. Such persons are described in the Bhagavatam. Navai janu jatu kathan व्रजेन मुकुंद सेवी अन्यवद अंग संश्रितिम स्मरन मुकुंदान अंग्री उपागोनु उपागुआनम पुनर विहातुम इच्छेन रसो ग्रहो जना. My dear Vyas, even though a devotee of Lord Krishna sometimes falls down some or other, he certainly does not undergo material existence like others, fruity workers, etc. Because a person who has once relished the taste of the lotus feet of the Lord can do nothing but remember that ecstasy again and again.
Yeah. So Shrimad Bhagavatam is not just for Paramhamsas. Beginners need not fear approaching it. So these few verses we have seen already earlier. Okay. We will see one or two shlokas. Yeah. अनर्थोपशमं साक्षात् भक्ति योगमदोक्षजे लोकस्य जानतो विद्वांस चक्रे सात्वत संहिताम. Okay, somebody else can read. Prasanna Gopal Ru.
And Vyasa saw Bhakti Yoga to the Lord, which effectively destroys Jiva's samsara. Learned Vyasa then wrote the Bhagavatam for ignorant people.
Yeah, so it is also for the ignorant people. As we discussed earlier, it's like the conditioned souls can take it as the medicine. It's like for sadhakas, it is like a medicine. and for those who are already liberated, for them it is is a relishable object, a luxury. Yeah, this shloka we have discussed earlier, that Sukadeva Goswami saying that samsari nam karunayaha, to offer compassion upon the samsari, those who are entangled in the samsara. Okay, so all the people of this world, for them this Bhagavatam is compiled. And then even in third canto, those who are behind Shulla Sukha, the very meager amount of happiness they want in their life. For them, what I'm doing, Pravartaye Bhagavatam, I'm speaking this Bhagavatam, Maitreya Rishi is saying. Yeah, like that, many quotations are there. Yeah. Yeah, the uniqueness of Srimad Bhagavatam compared to other literatures. Why is it special? Yeah. So here he says from second canto, 10th chapter, first verse, Atra sargo visargascha sthanam poshnam utaya manvantari shanu katha nirodho mukti ashraya. Yeah, please read.
Shukdev said, in this Purana there are 10 topics: creation, secondary creation, protection, mercy of Lord, material activities, the conduct of the Manus, stories of the Lord, destruction of the universe, liberation, and ultimate shelter.
Yeah. Now second shloka of that chapter. Dasamasya vishuddhyartham navanam iha lakshanam varanayanti mahatmana shrutena arthena chanjasa.
The great devotees such as Vidura and Maitreya describe properly the 9 topics in order to impart the highest knowledge of the 10 topics through the words of the scripture and the stories to illustrate their meaning.
Yeah. So whatever he described apart from 10th canto, they are described in the 9 topics in order to impart the 10th canto, the highest knowledge. How do they do? They do it through the words of the scriptures and stories, Sruti and Smriti. Yeah. So 1 minute. Yeah. Now the last part. What did Rupa Goswami compile in order to glorify this Bhagavatam? So he is saying, Sanke Nita Sapadi Dashama Skandha Padya Vilinam Varna Karnadvani Pathikatam Ap Anupuryad Bhavadvi Hamdo Dimba Paramasubhadan Hanta Dharmartha Kaman Yad Garhanatah Sukhamayam Amimoksham Api Akshipanti.
Oh,
Yeah.
idiots, how unfortunate you are. I think that you must have been hearing all the syllables one by one of the verses of the 10 canto of Bhagavatam, because your ears are now denouncing the most auspicious goals of Dharma, Artha, and Kama, and even decrying the fourth goal of liberation, which is most blissful.
Yeah, so he's apparently criticizing that you must be idiot to give up what dharma, artha, kama, moksha, because you must be secretly hearing the 10th cantos word by word. That's why such kind of auspiciousness had arisen in your life. Okay, so we'll pause here. We have 3 more potent limbs remaining. We'll continue in the next time. Okay, so that is association with the like-minded devotees and other 2 limbs we will discuss next time. Okay. So any questions, anything anybody has what we discussed till now? Yes, Yamuna will ask.
Prabhuji, I think on in one of the slides it was mentioned there are 64 offenses in deity worship.
Yeah, yeah. Suddha Bhakti
What,
Chintamani slides, yeah.
what are those, Prabhuji? What are those 64?
Yeah, here Prabhupada's book, na, there is mention of 32 Seva Prad. We also saw the list of Seva Prad, and then Varaha Puran also. There is a list given. We can see that. I think in 7th or 8th chapter it is there. Okay. Here. Yeah, in my book it is there in the chapter 8. Okay. So there is 32 plus 29 and others are also there. Okay, you can see in that chapter, 8th chapter. Okay.
8th chapter.
Basically, yeah, Seva Aparad, yeah, that. Vara Puran, that is there here mentioned, and as well as 32 limbs, 32 Aparadas before that. Both are there. You can see that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll end here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai. Shri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu ki jai.
Prabhuji, I have one thing to ask.
Yeah.
Apart from Ishopanishad, I think the OBA marks for rest of the modules are yet not uploaded on the website.
Okay.
And I also discussed with you that in my case, and I think in some other devotees' case also, marks of OBA have been reduced. So that thing is still there. I mean, it has not been resolved.
Okay. For apart from Ishopanishad, you are saying?
Yes, Prabhuji. OBA exams and I think attendance also. And some shloka test score also is not uploaded. I mean, apart from Ishopanishad,